Mr. Dong, in Qingzhou, Dong Qa is afraid to read a book. The family rules are strict. The men and women in the house and out of the house are afraid to speak to each other. One day, a woman and a servant laughed outside the middle door, and when the boy saw them, he chafed at them, and they ran away. At night, the boy and the bookworm sleep in the study. It was midsummer, and the doors were wide open. Late in the night, the bookworm heard a loud noise in his bed and was awoken. In the moonlight, the servant who saw the daytime girl laugh walked out with something. Because he was a servant in the family, he didn't doubt his book and slept again. Suddenly I heard the sound of boots walking loudly, a great man with a long red-faced beard, like Hu Guanyu of the Hanshu Pavilion, walking in with a human head in his hand. Frightened, the bookworm burrowed under the bed like a snake. Hearing the creaking noise of the bed, like shaking clothes, like massaging the abdomen, took a while to finish. The boots reopened, and the man went out. The bookworm slowly came out of the bed with his neck stretched out, and there was morning light on the window. He touched the bed with his hands, got wet with his hands, smelled blood and scared him to yell at him. And he just woke up. He tells him what he sees, takes a picture of the fire, and looks at the pillowcase. The man and the bookmaker were terrified, but didn't know what was going on. Suddenly, the official duty officer came knocking on the door, and the boy went out to meet him. The duty officer was surprised, and he spoke of strange things. He asked, and Mr. Zha told him. A man in front of the Yamen was confused, yelling, "I killed the master." When everyone saw blood on his clothes, they caught him and sued him. Interrogated, "I know it's your servant. He said he'd killed you and buried your head next to the temple of Quan Tai. We went there to verify and saw that the excavated earth was fresh but had no head." So surprised, he rushed to the court to see the prisoner, who was the servant of the woman who had made a laugh with him. So I described the strange course of events. The officer listened to him and was so suspicious and terrified that he beat the servant hard and released him after a meal. If he doesn't want to make a feud with the young man, he will marry the young woman to the servant and let them go home. A few days later, the servant's neighbor heard a bang in his house at night, as if something had fallen apart, rattling up and shouting at him without a response. When I slammed the door in, the couple in the bed they had slept in were cut off in half, with all the marks of wood and flesh, as if they had been chopped off with one knife. There are many things about Guan Gong Shenling, but nothing is more magical than this.
Alright, this story has come to an end. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you.